weekend to go, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
We go! 70, Indy.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And right away, he lost the football. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Griffin.
Two sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
60 Pittsburgh.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And he'll be out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what I can't miss was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Looking to throw. Barlow to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right, and that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Griffin. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So a first-quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them, maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
Here we go. 8-3.
Off play action. Barlow towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg. Barlow nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hey, let's go. Get set. Come on, right.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Barlow. He gets it to Brown. Good play. A good pickup there of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is caught. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. Incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded just inside the 20. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And it's complete. Henry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And caught by Henry. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Barlow, and it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down. From the gun, Barlow, and that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 3 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit.
So nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So here are the Browns to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here 1st and 10. On first down, Barlow. Throw left side complete. It's Shaw. They'll get 34 yards there.
But you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Off the play fake. Barlow, he'll buy some time right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Barlow. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 8 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
But right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, you know, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
Let's see if he can do just that. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Taywan Taylor, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, Barlow. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we've reached halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Got him in. It's Brown. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. And now it's blocked. And thankfully the offense able to recover, but the extra point attempt foiled. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Griffith. He finds Taylor. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Griffith. This one hauled in by Sample. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down. Griffith nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Well, listen, now, no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there, but now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Barlow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. Shedding through the defense. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
That's how we do it, baby.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the tight end Sample. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and long.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Looking to throw. Barlow. And he rifles one incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now a run with Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and inches.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. A 16-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? I
think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing on 1st down. Griffith. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now this one complete on the slant route. And down inside the 15 he goes.
18 paid.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Protein spell. That's a run. They're running it.
To throw from his end zone. Barlow. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They run it again with Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Barlow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Barlow. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Back to throw. Griffith. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Looking to throw. Griffith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Browns defense stands tall. They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, it's a win.